The bright lights of Hollywood, the roaring crowds of the WWE, the billion-dollar blockbuster films. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had seen it all, achieved it all. But no amount of fame or success could erase the memories of where he came from. On this particular afternoon, he found himself back in the streets of Hawaii, his old neighborhood. The same cracked sidewalks, the same salty ocean breeze, the same basketball court where he had spent countless afternoons as a kid. But something felt different. He wasn't here for a movie shoot or a press tour. This visit was personal. Walking through the neighborhood, memories rushed back. He saw the corner store where he and his childhood best friend, Tommy, used to buy snacks with their last few cents. He remembered sneaking into the local gym, dreaming about becoming strong enough to change their lives. Tommy had been more than a friend. He was like a brother. They had made a pact as kids. One day we're gonna make it, together. But life had other plans. Dwayne's family had been forced to leave Hawaii when they couldn't afford rent anymore. He lost touch with Tommy, and as years passed, their worlds drifted apart. Now, standing in that familiar place, he couldn't shake the thought, where is Tommy now? Determined to find out, he asked around. Most people just shook their heads. So much time had passed. But then an old shopkeeper recognized the name. Tommy? Yeah, he's still around, the man said, his voice carrying a hint of sadness. That's how Dwayne found himself in front of a small, run-down auto repair shop on the outskirts of town. The sign above the garage door was faded, the paint peeling. Inside, a man with graying hair and grease-stained hands was working on an old truck. Dwayne took a deep breath. Could it really be him? Tommy? The man turned, wiping his hands on a rag. His tired eyes locked onto Dwayne's. For a moment, there was only silence. Then, recognition. Dwayne? Tommy's voice cracked with disbelief. Neither of them moved at first, as if they were afraid this was just a dream. Then, after decades apart, they embraced like no time had passed at all. Tommy's life had taken a different path. While Dwayne was rising to fame, Tommy had stayed behind, struggling to make ends meet. The years had been hard, but he had never lost his pride, his work ethic, or his kindness. They sat outside the shop talking for hours, laughing about old memories, sharing stories of the battles they had fought. Some won, some lost. Dwayne felt a lump in his throat. This man had been a part of his foundation, his roots. Before leaving, he did something Tommy never expected. He handed him a small set of keys. "What's this?" Tommy asked, confused. "A fresh start," Dwayne said with a smile. It wasn't just a gift, it was a promise. A new auto shop, fully equipped and paid for. Tommy could finally run his own business, debt-free. Tears welled in Tommy's eyes. He shook his head. "Man, I can't take this." Dwayne put a hand on his shoulder. "You don't have to. Just promise me one thing." Tommy nodded. "Help someone else when you get the chance." Tommy wiped his eyes and let out a small laugh. "You never changed, man." Dwayne grinned. "Neither did you." As he walked away, he glanced back one last time. Tommy stood there, shaking his head with a tearful smile, holding the keys in his hands. Some things money couldn't buy. And for Dwayne, reuniting with an old friend meant more than any championship, any movie, or any fortune ever could. This was his real legacy, and it had nothing to do with fame. That's the end. If you like the story, share this video with a friend.